What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I got an animated series review for you guys, and that is Masters of the Universe Revelation on Netflix. This is a series that is actually only 5 episodes, and is of course based off of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, a cartoon series that, a beloved cartoon series from the 80s. It's something that I used to watch, and I can't say that I'm a fan of He-Man, but I will say that I loved watching it as a kid, had a couple of the He-Man toys, but I didn't love it enough that I would say that I'm a hardcore fan, because I'm just not, right? But I did really enjoy, I can tell you that I loved watching it as a kid. Now they got Masters of the Universe Revelation, which is executive produced by Kevin Smith, and with a couple of episodes written by Kevin Smith as well. Pretty excited. It's got a solid and stellar voice cast. And we're talking about, we have Mark Hamill as Skeletor, Lena Headey as Evil Lynn, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela. So this is a pretty solid cast. And of course, a lot of very, very talented voice actors. And I'll tell you straight up, right from the beginning, I actually really liked the voice cast. For all 5 episodes, I thought all the voice acting was on point and very, very dynamic voices, and it was really, really cool. Now, I'm watching this Masters of the Universe with nostalgia in mind, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. For 5 episodes, I really only liked the first, second, and 5th episode. And the main reason why is because I actually didn't realize that this isn't a He-Man series. This is actually a Masters of the Universe series. And Masters of the Universe is not just only He-Man. It's a lot of characters. So in this series, they decided to focus on Teela. All right? And I don't mind that at all. I really don't. But I think my expectation was not so much He-Man, but more just nostalgia. And I didn't really feel that as much after the first episode. And the main reason why is because they introduced a lot of new elements and new characters that I don't remember. And that's totally fine. But I felt that the first episode was awesome. I mean, I saw Man-at-Arms, I saw Orko and Cringer. I know they're all in it. But I saw a lot of the classic villains. But then they started introducing new elements, which, you know, they have to do it. I get it. You know, they got to make a new version of it, right? But then, like, He-Man is gone for most of the series, and I think it would have been cool to see He-Man. I still like that it's a fresh new take on Master of the Universe, and I also like that it's a more mature take. They deal with some more mature subject matter. It's definitely more violent. Really good action, by the way. I really like the action in this, and they really focus on the fact that, like, this is not just, like, this is sci-fi and fantasy. Like, it's both of those elements. I mean, those genres rolled in one, just as it was in the 80s before. But I feel like they really do a good job, really reminding us that there's so many different, like, creative things that they do here, and that's really, really cool. I like that it's a more it's more definitely more character driven. It's there's a lot of character development with Teela's character. The thing that I thought that was something that I was not as interested in was more like there's a bit of self-discovery in this in this series. At least in, like, mostly episodes 3 and 4. There's a lot of self-discovery stuff, and I feel like that's when they really dial it back with the progression of the movie. I mean, the series, and just kind of, like, search deeper into her mind and character and her soul, right, to see what she's all about as a character. And, you know, I get what they're trying to do, but I felt that, you know, like, you know, the story was moving along. I liked where it was going, and then decided to give it a back seat, and then let's talk more about Teela's background and stuff like that. But it was still good. I still enjoyed it. It had less of the nostalgia factor. Like, and I guess it has to do with the fact that I was like for example, I'm a bigger fan of Transformers than I am He-Man. So when I watched the Netflix series War for Cybertron, it's very nostalgic, right? But then with He-Man, it's less nostalgic for me beyond episode 1. Episode 1 is like it's almost like a recap of He-Man. Like they just show you everything, okay? And they just give you a really exciting a take on what He-Man could be like now. And it's really cool, and it's very progressive. And by progressive, I mean it's like there's like it goes like the story progressive very like in a very good pace, right? It just constantly gets more and more exciting, and you really get with like understand the characters more, right? So that's what I mean by progressive. But it kind of just plateaus a little bit in the third and fourth episode. But then it gets a little bit more exciting, and they show us what happens to certain characters, right? So. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I know that really doesn't mean anything for TV series because, you know, every episode means, you know, is a different thing. But that's how I would say that I enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's still quite enjoyable. Watch it as a Masters of the Universe fan, not necessarily as a He-Man fan because he's not in it that much. But it's still a very action-packed series. And there you have it. So yeah, Master of the Universe Revelation is on Netflix right now. I'm positive we're gonna get its second season with more episodes. Right now it's only 5 episodes, which you can totally power through like in less than just over 2 hours. Okay, so there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.